All right, guys, welcome back to another one. I'm the gold standard, and today we're doing something a little different and jumping in with something off meta, RG Luffy. So if you're tired of playing the same decks over and over again right now, give this guy a try because I promise he's a ton of fun. Now sit back, kick your feet up, and let's play some One Piece. So the quest for this deck actually began because I wanted to be able to play something that could play the 9-cost Zoro as well as Diablo Jambe. Because at some point in my life, I just want to be able to do 3 swings with Zoro here against a field of blockers that catches my opponent completely off guard. Now, unfortunately, in all the testing, I still wasn't able to make that dream a reality, but I'll keep going. In the meantime, though, I built a pretty sweet RG Luffy deck, guys, and let's go over how it works. Luffy's leader ability reads, activate main once per turn, you can pay 4 Dawn and set up to one of your Supernovas or Straw Hat crew type character cards with a cost of 5 or less is active, and it gains 1,000 power during this turn. So obviously you're running Supernovas and Straw Hats, but what I did is I carried over the animal build from my Zoro deck, which the backbone is Book Chopper here and the Shut Up and Come 1-cost event, because both of these spam bodies onto the field that you can then use the leader ability on. Things like your Blocker Chopper, the 3-cost that recovers stuff from trash, even this 2-cost chopper if you're in a pinch. These are all Straw Hats. The only one that I'm playing that isn't usable is the Hiking Bear. You can't actually use that with the leader ability. Now, in terms of the Supernovas, obviously I've got Cavendish, I've got the Blocker Law that lets you swap cards in and out. Kid Killer is like unbelievable when you get the leader ability off on this because it stacks with the 2,000 power. And I've got the Roronoa Zoro for more rush. Now, really the only cards in this deck that can't be used with the leader ability are Hiking Bear and the 9-cost Zoro. The rest of them can all be used with the leader ability, and then a majority of them you can actually use Diablo Jambe on. So if you stack a bunch of Dawn on Book Chopper, you can use Diablo Jambe and then swing in. You get a body on the field, you then restand him, attack again, that's unblockable, and you get another body on the field. And so this is a great way to spam bodies onto the board and also just get some unblockable attacks in that really put the opponent into a difficult position. So yeah, guys, honestly, the combos in this are sort of endless, and here are just a couple of them. If you restand Cav, you basically get 4 Dawn back that you can use for anything. So you could play a Kid Killer, you could swing again with Cavendish twice using the leader ability, and then you could technically play another Kid Killer or load the Dawn onto the same Kid Killer. So another little fun combo that I like to use with this deck is if you swing with Book Chopper here, you get, a body on the field from it, typically, most times. So if you put a bunch of Dawn on him and swing, and then use your leader ability to swing again, you're actually developing 2 bodies. And the tempo on that is a little better because you're actually getting an attack, and so it costs them cards to defend the attack while you're developing a body. So even though you could just use the 4 Dawn to, say, put a Blocker Chopper in, you're actually forcing cards out of their hand because you're using this as an attacker again. And so it ends up being a better tempo play. Another fun one you can do is if you swing with Book Chopper, you can then play Law and bounce your Book Chopper back to hand and then play Book Chopper again developing 2 bodies and a blocker. Also, if you want to just take out some of their board, you can stack Dawn onto the Blocker Chopper here and attack into their board, minusing 3,000 and then attacking in again if you need to clear like big bodies or really just to get cards out of their hand. And then finally, the reason I'm playing a 3-3 split on the Kid Killer, because even though Kid Killer is technically better, the Zoros are much easier to use and you end up using them more often, and especially because they couple with the Diablo Jambe. So these can be a mean finisher because you can drop it, you can stack Dawn on it, make it an unblockable attacker, and then restand it again and do the same thing. And so really you have just like a lot of different options for various ways to finish the game and also flood your board. And one thing that you should note is that any body on this board can be a double attacker. And so you're always sort of in a good place to swing for lethal at the end of the game, because if you just stack Dawn on something and then swing twice, if they don't have blockers, it's going to cost them either a ton of cards or you're just going to win. This deck, if they aren't playing a field of blockers, can basically run anybody over. And honestly, I think it's much better than Zoro. And even if you watch the Zoro gameplay, you can see how much easier it is to outpace Zoro because you still play the same engine, but you get the chance to actually use Chopper here to double tap and swing. And so that makes a big difference. But also this deck has the capability to go much taller than Zoro can. And so one of the main weaknesses of Zoro is that it's hard for him to get through multiple 9 or 11k attacks. But in this deck, it's very possible. And also with the inclusion of Diablo Jambe, you don't need as many because you can sometimes get around blockers. The last thing I want to talk about is this deck, I will admit, is very weak to black decks, but it's only weak to them if they actually draw the cards they need. And so one way that you can beat most black decks is if you just force them to have Lucci's in hand, Brooks in hand, or Jack. Because if they don't hit their perfect curve, they cannot keep up with what you're doing in this deck. I promise. And honestly, if you watch the gameplay that I have with the starter deck Luffy, they missed just a couple of those cards, and there was no chance. I didn't even have to use the leader ability to finish him off until the end of the game. All right, last I want to talk about some tech cards. So I think that your #1 best option for a tech card is this unblockable Luffy, because he's unblockable. He does need the 2 to become unblockable, but if you've got Cavendish already down, this guy becomes an unstoppable force. If you're going up against a lot of black decks, Basil is not a terrible option, but he doesn't really fit with the aggro idea of this deck. And so for me, he just kind of brought down the tempo in a way that I didn't find useful, but you might like him. The other one I'm just got Zoro here as like a placeholder, but any of the film package. So if you're playing like the 7-drop blocker Luffy into this Zoro into something else, you're kind of playing into the same idea that you're flooding the field. And if you pick the right film packages, they're all supernovas and straw hats, and so you can use them with Diablo Jambe and the leader ability. And then finally, I've got a few just event cards that if you need more defense, something like Rad Beam or Guard Point. And then if you're looking for removal, you've got something like Jet Pistol or the Dragon Stomp. This is, a more obscure card, but it does work for removing blockers. So yeah, guys, those are my tech options. And obviously there's many more. This deck is super flexible and it's really based on how you want to play it. But I feel like this is a good start. But yeah, guys, give it a try. And if you haven't already, hit the like button and subscribe. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and let's get into the gameplay. See you guys next time. All right, we are in it with a starter deck Luffy, and I'm going to keep this because I've got a little bit of rush, some Dawn regeneration, and kind of my double searcher thing. So we'll see how this goes. Not a great... Yeah, wow. Okay, well. Not a great search there. That's all right. 2Ks are good too. So he whiffs on the brand new search, which is nice, and drops Brook in trash. Okay. All right. Well. Takes that. Okay. Yeah, well. Dropping 2 rush units on that search feels not great. Yep, he can have that. And I'm going to counter this. Well... I'll take one more. All right, cool. Another book chopper here is good. So we'll get rid of this brand new. Quite annoying. Actually, I did that kind of wrong. What I should have done is played the Cavendish and used the Dawn on Nami to attack. Just one Dawn on. But here we are. Here we are. So I can swing 7 with Chopper instead. Get another bad boy in. So our field's looking decent right now. But I mean, at any point we can lose it all to a Lucci or something like that. So we'll see. If Cav sticks though, we're in a decent position. Okay, so he gets rid of that. That's how that goes. I'm actually going to protect this because, well, I guess I could play another Cav next turn and another Book Chopper and attack and have a pretty decent board. Yeah, he can have that. Another 2K is kind of good here. So let's see. I've got 7, so I can play a Cav, and I will still have... 4 Dawn. I mean, I could just double swing with... Nah, I'm not even gonna bother with the leader ability right now. I kind of want to just keep putting pressure on. So Cav comes in, and yeah, we swing 6 here. Which one do we want? I guess Hiking Bear might be better. It'll force an attack too. And it's a 2K, so it'll be in our trash if we want to grab it later. Does take that. Okay. So let's go here and let's pop in blocker chopper. And yeah, that's a decent looking board right now. So, I mean, we can lose a lot of it. He's at Gecko too, so he can start getting blockers in. He doesn't have any in trash, which is nice, but he could still get a Rebecca down. So we'll see what he does this next turn, because one cool thing we can do is do like a double swing with Cav, and it'll restand 4 Dawn that we can use to play Kid and Killer, or, you know, we can play Kid and Killer and then do the double attack, and, you know, we have a lot of options here. 6 on 4. I think I'm going to protect this because I want, I just want a full board, you know? I want a decked out board for this next turn. And now he can't play a Gecko, which really he shouldn't have played a Gecko there anyway, because, like, you know, how is he going to survive the next turn? Okay, 8. I mean, I could even protect that right now too. Yeah. Okay, so he puts down his Sabo. Card draw, so he has a lot of cards. Okie dokie. How shall we do this? Because I want to save 4 Dawn up to use his leader ability. I think we just do a ton of pokes here, honestly. So we'll start here. I don't need any of these. I kind of want to do a chopper swing and make this 3K. I mean, there's so many options for attacks right now. This is kind of ridiculous. Yeah, so we'll go here. Make this guy weak. We'll go here. Attack again. Use his ability. Go another 6. Don't need anything here in play. Okay, he takes that. So if I play my... Honestly, I might even just save this for a turn because there's not a lot he can do here in this next turn. Yeah, so let's go here. Okay, he takes that. Yeah, we got to drop Kid and Killer in here. We swing again for 6, and then we'll swing a big swing here. Probably clear this. And we're kind of set up for the next turn. I probably could have reordered that a little bit differently, but we lose the blocker. And, I mean, he has no cards in hand here. Really, I was trying to leave 4 up so that I could summon this and restand this, but I did that I ended up using 1 extra Dawn that I shouldn't have. But again, we are sort of okay. Also, honestly, leaving up 1 Dawn and only putting 1 Dawn on here so that I could use this and like rebuild the board, because even if he attacks into the board here, I could just replenish it with this. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I mean, that's why I didn't take that turn like super seriously, because I felt like I had a really, really strong position there, and there was just only so much removal he could do. Like, sure, you can get, you know, Lucci's and remove 2. He can attack into these, but I just, like, I have the leader's ability, so I can double swing with anybody. So yeah, that felt good. That was a good quick win. So they typically want to go first, so we'll take first from them, and we will 100% keep this because we have everything we want in here. I've got Book Chopper again. I've got Blocker. I've got Zoro. I've already got Rush, so I'm going to take another Chopper just to really flesh my board out. I like having this in hand because we can get one of these unblockable. Doesn't really matter in this matchup. I mean, maybe they get the Blocker Choppers down, but in the black matchups, this is like critical. So he draws Zoro off of his. Noted. Plays the 1-drop event here, I'm assuming. Yeah, so they get the Robson. Cool. Takes the life. All right. And yeah, we'll get Blocker Chopper. And we will end the turn there. Robson. I kind of want to... I'm going to block that because I want to force him to potentially use a lot of his stuff on that. Actually, I shouldn't have blocked that. I should have taken that hit. That's all right. Okay. Very standard combo there. Let's go 6 on 4. We whiff. Pain. Let's go 6 on 5. And let's get another book chopper. So hopefully these two eat some attacks from these. Yeah. But then I mean, I could save. Nah, I can't save any of those. So he swings what, here now? Yeah, okay. Actually, take this. I should have countered that one if I was going to counter. Now I have to take this. Actually, I do not. Cool. Zoro. All right. Okay. So let's swing on Zoro here. Dude, we whiff again. Wow. Swing on this. Restand. And swing. I kind of want to get into Kid and Killer range. So let's go here. Yeah, because then I can play this. These are going to eat some attacks. Kid and Killer is now a monster. So he's going to what? Swing once here? He's going to swing 5. I am going to defend that. Because I got to keep this board cooking. Got to keep this board moving. Yeah, go ahead. So what's he do? Ace, or yeah, Kid and Killer, something rush. Something rushy. Let's see, yeah. Take that, okay. So we drop our own Kid and Killer in here. And we swing 7, 5, 5, 5, 7, 10. We could probably survive another turn, right? Cool, take the counter there. I'm at 9 though, so I can't use this guy's ability. Unfortunately. So we go Cav here for 3, then we save 4, and then I can attack into one of these again. I think that's kind of the move here. What's he got? 3 attacks, potentially 4? Yeah, I pretty much have to go like this. Yep. All right. So the nice thing is if he doesn't get rid of Cav and we survive this turn, I can go Kid and Killer and just obliterate most of his... I can probably win. So we'll see. Okay. Got to take that, unfortunately. If he has just like a bunch more rush, we're done. Oh, no. We're good. We're good. Double Kid and Killer. Okay, so here we have to put a Kid and Killer down. So then we go 5. So let's go Kid and Killer. We can go 6, get the 2 Dawn back. Go 8. So let's go 8. Let's go 7 on leader. So then we go, what, 6 here? He's probably got a Rad Beam in hand. And we need 3 attacks to go through. So we go here. Ooh, he takes that, guys. He takes that. That's kind of huge for us. Because then we go here. Maybe we get it. Maybe we don't. Is he bluffing a Rad Beam is the question. Ooh. Oh, he can't get rid of this. That's lucky. All right. Well, restand. And I think we got it there. GG's. All right, we are in it with a Katakuri, and we took 2nd. No thank you. I can't keep all that mumbo jumbo. I've at least got the Searcher, and we get the Book Chopper. Sad to see me bottom deck the Diablo Jambe, because that could have helped, especially with the Zoro later. But it is what it is. Okay, big swing. Yeah, we take that, obviously. Okay, we'll go here. Get this in. I guess we could take another one. I think that we go Book Chopper here because we can take another. Ooh, but we do whiff there. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate. So I was hoping to get the Book Chopper down because, well, I was hoping to spread the board out a little bit before I put the blockers in because he's still going to attack here. So yeah, we'll give him a Cav. Okay. So I've got a kind of funny play here for you guys, which is this one can't attack. So we go 6. Again. Actually, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go here. Pop this in. I could put the blocker in, but I think I'll search again. We get another book chopper here. Another book chopper or a blocker. Let's go book chopper again so that we can just make a mean board if we need to. Because he might have an Onami in life that he triggers here. So, you know, having options is nice for us. We'll free block this. Just, I mean, if he wants to swing on us with this, it's fine. Yeah, we'll do this. What's he play? The Linlin here? 7-drop Linlin. Okay. Yeah, I got a trash one. That's okay. We lose that one. That is okay. So Cav would be amazing in right now. So I think we get a Cav in, another blocker, or our only blocker. So let's go first. We'll go 7 here. Still whiff there. Kind of crazy. Like, that's not a good card. Or 6 here. So he gives us a 2K. So what do we have? We have enough for both of these. All right, I guess I could go here. Maybe that's what we do. I have this so I can get 2Ks back from the trash if I can get this into play, but let's go Cav. And yeah, we'll swing 6. Get our blocker down. And Cav is kind of nice here right now. Yeah, we'll call it there. Okay, because this blocker can help us get rid of, you know, big bodies here on the field. So we'll see. I'm assuming he attacks into Book Chopper, which eats an attack, and I'm sort of okay with. I'll take the Linlin, most likely. Okay, so gets rid of Cav. All right, not a bad thing to do. So he's still gonna attack. I mean, I think I gotta defend this because I would rather him attack into this and then protect life here. And I also have another Book Chopper, so I'm not like terribly concerned about that. Okay, he searches. What, swings 9 at life here? Yeah, we take that for sure. Yeah, we take that. Ugh, gross. Gross. So now the question is, could we survive a whole turn with what we have if I just drop a Zoro? Because there's no way I go for life or I go for game here. I have a decent amount of counter. I think I can get a counter out of his hand here. So let's go this, because he'll defend that most likely. Yeah. And I think I'm just going to drop Zoro, and we'll just have to see if we can get through the next turn. Yeah. Because if we can get through this next turn, we have a decent chance of doing something here with Zoro. Okay, so we go 8. He can still load. He hasn't played a Big Mom here, so maybe I'm only defending these 2, and I kind of want an attacker. So let's go ahead. Let's give him the Book Chopper, or the Blocker Chopper here. Okay, so he uses this to get rid of this, I'm assuming. Okay, he still has to divvy up these attacks correctly. Well, not like that, but all right. Sure, trash the top of my life. Gets a 5K and another 5K. Okay. So now we just go for game. So I need to attack for like 9 here with leader to get 1 through. And then I just put the rest on here. And that only gets him to 12. That is risky, boys. That is risky. But it's pretty much our only play. So let's swing 9. Takes that. Trash top of my life. That's actually good. I mean, cool. So we go 12 here. As long as we don't trigger a blocker or something like that, we're sort of okay. Okay, he keeps that. And swing 12 again. Wow. Well, guys, the one of Zoro pulled through on that one. GG's.